Xabi Alonso might be the perfect man for Real Madrid, and no, it's not just because he used to wear the white shirt with pride. It's because of what he brings to the table as a coach. Real Madrid is coming off a rough season. Big names arrived, big promises were made, but the results didn't follow. They were knocked out of every major competition and now find themselves staring at a trophyless year, something that's rare for a club of this size. The energy is down, the balance is off, and the squad, despite all its talent, looks confused. That's where Alonso fits in. At Bayer Leverkusen, he showed that he's not just another ex-player trying his luck as a coach. He built a real system, one that mixed structure with freedom. His team played with purpose, whether they had the ball or not. But what stood out most wasn't just the football, but the mentality. His side never gave up. They turned losing positions into wins. They stayed sharp until the very last minute. And for a club like Real Madrid, where late drama has almost become a tradition, that mindset matters more than people realize. But what makes him such a good fit right now? Let's look at the current state of the team. Madrid has some of the biggest stars in the world, Mbappé, Vinicius, and Bellingham, but they haven't found a way to fit together. Mbappé doesn't press much, and that's started to affect Vinicius too. The team feels split. Some players working hard off the ball, others waiting for the magic to happen. Under Carlo Ancelotti, there wasn't always a clear system to help bring balance, and the team has paid the price for it, especially in big games. Xabi Alonso won't allow that kind of disconnect. He believes in pressing, not always, but at the right times. It's not about running aimlessly, it's about doing it together as a unit. That kind of pressing requires every player to do their part. And that could be the key to unlocking this Madrid squad, because when you have Mbappé and Vinicius leading the attack, all you need is a clear structure behind them, a plan that helps them do what they do best while keeping the rest of the team organized. That's where Alonso's background helps too. He's coached teams that keep possession well, but also hurt you in transition. He doesn't stick to one formation. He adapts depending on the opponent. That kind of flexibility is exactly what Madrid has lacked lately. Too many matches this season have felt predictable. Opponents know how Madrid will set up, and they adjust easily. But with Alonso, that's unlikely to happen. He's not married to one way of playing. Sometimes his teams press high, sometimes they sit deeper, sometimes they keep the ball for long stretches, other times they attack in a flash. What stays consistent is the clarity. Every player knows their role. That clarity is what Real Madrid badly needs right now, and it's exactly what Alonso offers. That brings us to the young players, because things could look very different under Alonso. Under Carlo Ancelotti, many young players at Real Madrid didn't get enough chances. Arda Güler barely saw the pitch. Camavinga was often used out of position, and players like Rodrigo had to adjust constantly to roles that didn't suit their strengths. But with Xabi Alonso, that could change in a big way. At Leverkusen, Alonso trusted young players. He gave them responsibility, not just minutes. They weren't thrown on late in games. They were key parts of the starting lineup, and it paid off. Young talent grew fast under him because he gave them clear roles in a structured system. That's exactly what someone like Güler needs, a manager who values players with technical quality and gives them confidence through consistent playing time. The same goes for Camavinga. He's one of the most gifted midfielders of his generation, but Real Madrid haven't figured out how to use him properly. Injuries didn't help, but when he was fit, he was often pushed into unfamiliar roles. With Alonso's focus on balance and midfield control, Camavinga could finally play in his natural position and show what he's really capable of. Another big difference Alonso brings is how he views fullbacks. He doesn't just want defenders who stay wide, he wants fullbacks who can attack, come inside, help in the midfield, and create chances. That's why the signings of players like Trent Alexander-Arnold make so much sense. Trent might not be the strongest defender, but Alonso knows how to use his strengths. He'll let Trent push into midfield, form overloads, and deliver those dangerous balls into the box. On the other side, someone like Fran Garcia or even Rodrigo could play a much more attacking role, depending on the opponent. Alonso likes his teams to use the width of the pitch well, but also to create central passing options. His fullbacks don't just stay in one lane, they're constantly moving and switching positions. That movement can open up space for players like Bellingham, who thrives when there's space to run into or link up with teammates. And speaking of Bellingham, he might take on an even more central role in the team under Alonso. At Leverkusen, Florian Wirtz was that player, the creative spark in the middle, always finding pockets of space, always making things happen. Bellingham has that same energy and intelligence. In Alonso's system, he'll get more touches, more freedom to carry the ball, and more chances to play final passes. This balance between structure and freedom, especially in midfield, is one of Alonso's biggest strengths. It keeps the team compact when defending, but also lets the creative players express themselves when attacking. And that could be exactly what this Real Madrid squad needs, a clear plan that still allows stars to shine. Alonso builds his teams on structure, not just in attack, but also in defense. At Leverkusen, his players knew exactly where they should be, with or without the ball. They didn't press all the time, but when they did, it was coordinated. Everyone moved together, and that made it hard for opponents to break through. Real Madrid have missed that kind of organization, especially in transition moments when they lose the ball. Take Antonio Rudiger, for example, a defender who is strong in one-on-one situations, but sometimes left too exposed. Under Alonso, defenders like him will benefit from better positioning and support. And with someone like Courtois behind them, a calm and reliable goalkeeper, Alonso won't need to worry about constantly taking risks. Instead, the focus will be on smart defending and using the press when it's most effective. In possession, Alonso's teams like to play from the back. They try to pull the opposition forward, then find space behind. That fits Real Madrid's attacking style perfectly. This could be deadly with players like Mbappé and Vinicius, ready to explode into open spaces. Alonso's system is built to create those moments, not through random long balls, but with clean, smart build-up from the back. Now let's look at the bigger picture. The Real Madrid identity. This is a club that demands not just results, but big moments, comebacks, passion, that never-give-up attitude, and Alonso's Leverkusen showed exactly that spirit. They went unbeaten for 51 games, many of them won after the 80th minute. They fought until the last second, again and again. That never-say-die mentality is something Madrid fans will recognize and love. But coaching Real Madrid isn't just about tactics. It's also about managing stars, dealing with pressure, and handling the media. It's about knowing the weight of the badge. Alonso already understands all that. He's played for the club. He's won trophies here. He knows what's expected, and more importantly, the players will respect him for that. When a legend like Alonso speaks, people listen. There will still be challenges. Questions will be asked if Mbappé and Vinicius don't work together or if results don't come early. The pressure will be huge. But Alonso is ready. He's already shown that he can handle tough situations. He doesn't panic. He adjusts. He improves the team. And that's why this feels like the right time. The right coach, the right system. Real Madrid doesn't just need another big name. They need someone who understands football deeply, but also understands Madrid. Xabi Alonso is both. And now, everything is set for him to start the next great chapter at the Santiago Bernabeu.